Hello and welcome back to another episode of Toy Therapy. I'm the host of Toy Therapist, aka Matthew Grant, and today I'm going to do my thoughts video. So in my first video, you've seen my haul, okay, and I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't want to touch too much of my thoughts in that video because I want to try and keep these videos separate. But anyway, so this is going to be just my thoughts, what I thought of the convention, what went well, what didn't go well. This time around, okay, I've managed to, I did go a little bit over budget, so that's something I didn't want to do, but I went over my budget a little bit, so that was by the by, okay. Managed to get myself some good bits and pieces, which I was happy with my purchases. But the main thing I really wanted to do was to get there early on the Friday. That's what I wanted. I want to get there early so I can get a car parked up, so I can get the stuff to the room and chill, okay, and hit the panels, the fan panels. Fan Friday, as I like to call it now, Fan Friday. Fan Friday is my favourite day of the convention. My favourite. The Saturday is just a bit of all over the place, but the Fan Friday for me is what it's all about. Okay, so start with Friday. Got there quite 12:30. We got there quite. We left an hour later. I had a bit of a problem with the car. I think it was where I loaded the boot. It was a bit of an alarm buzzing, and I didn't know what it was. I thought the problem with my car. Well, I didn't think I was going to get there. But yes, I quickly rejigged a few bits and pieces around and got going. Picked up a parcel, which a friend of mine wasn't able to go to TFN Nation, and I picked up that on the Friday. So I was quite happy with that. So I have that to take with me as part of my purchases. But the whole journey was actually quite good. No real issues. We did a bit of a live thing. We laughed. We joked around. We made the drive a bit more bearable. But it's always a good drive anyway. I can do the drive in just under 2 hours, 2 hours max, quite easily from Cardiff. So that's not much of an issue. We didn't come up to any sort of problems with traffic. We had a little bit of traffic, but it wasn't too bad. But then we had a bit of bite to eat, and we got to the convention. And as soon as we got in there, we can try and check in. We couldn't, but they gave us the keys for other areas of the hotel, so we can then get like cheaper food, and we can go into the executive lounge and things like that. So, but which we didn't actually do in the beginning. But as soon as we got there, we wanted to get our wristbands, get ourselves checked in with the convention, and then enjoy Fan Friday. So the first panel of the day really was for me that I really wanted to be a part of was Attack of the Small YouTubers, Tony Thrussell and Zork Rider. You know Soundwave SG1 as Tony Thrussell, and you had Rich. I can never remember his surname for Zork Rider. I do apologise, mate, if you watch this video. I just can't remember your surname. But yes, that was a really good panel. It was a lot of it was quite informative about the strifes and struggles of a small YouTuber, what got you into collecting, what got you into being on YouTube and so on. So that was a bit of an eye-opener as well, and I learned a lot as well about that, about them, and not just the tricks and the trade, but how they actually, what they do as well for their channel. So that was good, and then I managed to catch into the Horde app as well with Chris McLeod. That was a good, very informative panel. Really enjoyed that. I'm still having problems with the app at the moment. I need to contact him about getting myself sorted. But the app shows real promise. So you can do buying and trading via their app once it gets a bit more in full swing. So you don't have to use eBay, and it's going to be cheaper, it's going to be easier. And I'm all for that as well. There's going to be less scalpers on there as well. So I'm all for that. So that's going to be quite good. So I'm looking forward to that when that comes into proper fruition. And the app comes on, what's it called? Oh yeah, on Android, because it's only on an iPhone at the moment in very early stages. So I'm waiting for that to come to fruition. But the convention, like I said, Friday was a bit of a blur. Friday, I managed to do a few bits and pieces, did some trading, met with some people, and this time I was determined to hit the pool area, sauna, steam room, and so on, which I did, and I needed to have a bit of a chill, just to take myself away from the convention and enjoy the hotel, which I'd never always get a chance to do. So I was quite chuffed I managed to do that for a couple of days. I didn't do the Sunday, bizarrely I didn't get a chance to, which is a bit of a shame. But as a whole, with using the facilities, They are phenomenal. Bit disappointed they got rid of the back massage and so on. Bit disappointed in that, because I was really looking forward to having my back sort of looked into, because the long drive I was a bit stiff, so a bit of a shame. But anyway, it was a really good swim, good relaxing. I used this weekend. It's not just for running around like a headless chicken I can normally do. I use this as well to take a bit of time for me as well. So I took a bit of time for myself in the early afternoon once I checked in. Once we were checked in, then I went to the pool area and enjoyed that. Once I've got myself sorted, then the festivities began properly. I managed to catch up with some people. Managed to catch up with people from the YouTube Transformers YouTube. Managed to catch up with Dave and Emily, and I met as well face to face for the first proper time Rudy as well, and he presented me with a lovely little gift as well, some artwork as well. And I said in my other video, and I said again, thanks once again for that artwork. I haven't got it to show anyone. I put it on my Instagram, just want to say my thanks, but I put on my rest of my artwork for the moment, and then once I get a bit more time, I'm going to get them all mounted, and I'm going to get them framed as well. So thank you very much, Rudy, for the kind gesture there. So thank you again. As the day was going on, okay, there was loads of little panels happening, little things here and there. A lot of stuff didn't really sort of interest me, but it was more the evening was interesting me more than anything else. So I had my dip in the pool and my little workout in the sort of gym and the steam room and sauna, just to get myself ready for the evening, get myself geared, because I needed my energy back, and I found a little workout gets me invigorated again, so I can just get myself moving. Went out for food with the guys and girls from Transformers and Touch, because that's like a second home for me. Managed to catch up with Gary, Chris, Nat, Dean, Jermaine. It was really good to catch up with those people, so really good to hang out and have some fun as well. Dino Rider as well. You name it, I literally, this convention was more just a social thing for me more than anything else, and that's how it's going to stay for me, I think. So we had some food in the gourmet burger, that was good. Didn't get a chance to speak to Wilderness, Jason, from if you know his channel, TFN or TFR or TF Wilderness. That was good to catch up with him a little bit, and managed to get back in time with Jermaine to enjoy the Headmaster episodes as well. I completely and utterly forgot to do the something naughty with a person who should not be named, about a franchise that should not be named, and it's about erotic fan fiction with a certain character. I heard that was a really good laugh. I forgot all about it because by then I was hitting the bar, catching with friends, and I forgot all about it. Bit of a shame, and I heard that was a really good time to be at. So, bit of a shame I didn't get a chance to go there, but I was using this convention to catch up with people which I don't get a chance to see. Met up with all my friends, had a bit more whiskey and beers, which was flowing very nicely, and I partied a bit too hard. But anyway, this is what the convention's about, really, about partying, getting to see your friends you don't see very often, and having fun. Then the next day, this is where I think it went well, and it went wrong at the same time. Okay, timings were good, okay, but because of the amount of people that they had there, they had 400 extra new attendees. Because when I was walking around on a Friday night, when the people had weekend attendees, I was seeing new faces, which was great. It's keeping the convention growing. But my only concern at the moment, I'm hoping that the convention doesn't grow too much and it has to move again. I like the Hilton. I want it to stay there if I can help it. But I thought that the main convention room, was a bit small for what it was going to be used for. A bit of a shame. As soon as you got in, it was absolutely chaotic in there. People making their purchases, buying things, that sort of stuff. Luckily for me, there wasn't really much I wanted. I got most of my items done on pre-done the day before, or before Saturday. So that didn't bother me that much. But trying to get in and move around was really hard. So and I found that a bit of a struggle, especially with the whole staging area for the opening ceremony being it's split back into half, and you got the artists and you got the guests as well, all mingled, all on the side as well. So it was a bit tight in there. I think at the moment they did widen the gangways a bit as well. And there's one thing I have noticed as well, there's not as many dealers. There was an extra 1 or 2 new dealers there. No Dave Tree was there from all the cool stuff, wasn't there. Kapow was there, which is great. They're always there. They're there every year. And In Demand Toys were there as well. Space Bridge, Toy Fu, and so on. So the regular people were there. A couple of new faces I've not seen before, which is great as well. So, and there was a little bit of bric-a-brac there. Okay, it's like the small time sellers. I think. I don't get me wrong. Like, they had some good stuff. They had some good stuff there, but nothing that really sort of take the boxes for me. But I still think that it's personally, I really think that the artists should really be moved out of there, personally. Don't get me wrong, you've got some real big name artists there, which is great, but I think the guests should still be there, and the guests of honour should be there, but I think some of the artists and so on, or so on, should be sort of moved away to a different place, because in the morning when you first get in, I mean, it was mainly just the main morning anyway, the first hour and a half to 2 hours, it was really bad. That was the only thing I would say which was bad about the convention. It was a bit crowded. I think they might need to sort of, how many tickets they sell, I think they might need to work that a bit better. But that's the only thing, that's the only gripe I can really sort of really say about the Saturday. They did put in an extra bar, which was good, almost like a chill out area. But not many people were using that because people prefer to mainly use the main bar, because that's where people tend to congregate and try and get food and meet up in places as well. Which is all good and well. So they have listened as well to people's feedback, which is great as well. They had a little small area next to in the forge where kids can have a colouring area as well, which was good actually. I thought that was quite cute and quite good, and I thought that was a really good idea. So they're trying to sort of move forward with the ideas and try and be a bit more constructive. But I think Saturday could have been a bit better organised. But to be honest, I don't think it was entirely their fault. It was just the amount of people, and the amount of people was just nuts. And I think that was the only thing that stepped away from me, really, was I couldn't see what people had to sell, what people were selling and so on. I know luckily that Nick he piles his stuff quite high so you can see it quite easily, and there was queues outside of by the doorway as well. That was a bit difficult. Ben Collectibles had a bit of a problem as well. He had a few people purchasing things off him, so that congested the whole run by the seating area along with Toy Fu, and that really got congested, and a bit by Kapow Toys and In Demand Toys as well. Those 3 areas were really congested, and I think maybe a bit of crowd control just to make it a bit more better with queuing or something, so maybe some of the staff can really sort of step in and just traffic the people around a little bit better. But other than that, it was okay. But it was good to see those new people and those new faces as well. So that for me was a massive plus as well, seeing those new people. The opening ceremony, it is what it is. It was a good opening ceremony. Again, all the guests and so on. This year, I wasn't really focused on guests this year. I only managed to catch up with a couple of guests. The comic guests, I've done them a couple of times over now. I'm just there for the voice actors and so on as well. So I managed to have a bit of a chat with them, got their photograph, got an autograph and so on, which is great. And I bought some bits and pieces as well, bought some prints as well. And I did manage to buy Stan Bush's CD. Don't know what I was going to say Stan Lee for. I've got Marvel in the brain at the moment. But Stan Bush's CD, I got a print, and I got the CD as well. I should have bought the shirt as well because it was a cool shirt. But I wanted to buy more bots than anything else this year. This is what I really wanted to buy. So other than that, Saturday was a really sort of a hectic day. Went out with food, caught up with some people, ran around, managed to have another dip in the pool again and chill out as well in the sauna, jacuzzi and so on, which was great. Really enjoyed that. Then the festivities began. Before you had the concert, okay, I'll get to that. There was a really good cosplay cosplay contest. Everybody put in a really good effort, everybody, and it was phenomenal. One person took a bit too long, when it was, I found it to be a bit too long really, and took away. But there was a few people that couldn't go and didn't really have things done in time, which is a bit of a shame. But the people who were there all put in a good effort and got some really good pictures. And I was hanging out with Dave, we were talking about the costumes and so on. That was cool, drinking whiskey whilst we were in the front row and just having a sly little drink. It was great, having a bit of a catch up. Then they hushed us out so they can get ready for the concert, and the concert was just phenomenal. Before the concert, I wasn't really bothered about the script reading because that doesn't really interest me anymore. But that's why I used that cue to go out, get some food, come back and get ready for the concert, get myself another drink or two, and so on. So I went out with a good friend of mine. Went out with I went out with Jason, TFN Wilderness. Went out with him, had some food, had a beer, then came back ready for the show, and the show was phenomenal. Really good show. I had a lot of fun with it. Everybody was really into it. Everybody was singing along. He was sung some of his older songs, and he sold a lot of it from his new album as well. But even though no one really knew the new songs, people were still into it. And then when he sung the Dare and he got the touch and all that, people really got into it, and it was really good to see people getting into it and getting invested in that as well. I got really invested. I got carried away. I was just literally singing loud, badly, drinking, and the next day I did sort of had a very croaky voice, and I did overdo it again. I forgot I was going home that day, and I needed to drive back, so I literally had a bit too much to drink. My own fault. But anyway, it didn't spoil my fun too much. Sunday, I had a bit of a chilled, relaxing day. I didn't get a chance to go to the pool, which I wanted to, but I just used that time really just to go around a few little bits and pieces and mop up a few panels where I didn't get a chance to go, that I wanted to go to see. But I literally, Sunday was just more of a catch up with people day as well, just like it was a Saturday evening. So Saturday evening and Saturday afternoon and all of Sunday was pretty much just catch up with people. But the best thing about Saturday as well, not just about the concert, for me, Transformers and Such gave me a bit of a package to open, and I did like a live unboxing, and that was really nice. It was to say thank you for all the work I've done and helped Chris and took charge of organising a stag do in a couple of days. It went a bit wrong in places because I didn't think they would stop groups of people into nightclubs, but they do. That was annoying. They could tell we weren't rowdy or anything like that. We were just looking for a good time. We want to just shake our asses to the ground, listen to a bit of metal, and so on. But we had a good meal. We had a few good drinks in the stadium area. I organised a scavenger hunt as well. People really got into as well. That was lots of fun. It wasn't just for Chris's pleasure, it's for mine as well. But anyway, everybody got into it. Everybody had a laugh, which was good. So, and I was then presented with a box with some few bits and pieces and all that as well. And I had some really good items out of that box. And so Chris and Nat, thanks again for that. You were too kind, and I loved it. And thank you very much for making me feel special on that evening as well. From what I can remember, I was a bit drunk. You have to watch the live video again because I haven't really watched it yet to see how bad I was. But yes, so that was a Saturday night. Sunday was just pretty much catching with a few people again, having a bit more of a whip round the dealer hall and see if anything I missed. But by then, I bought everything I wanted to buy. There was really nothing I wanted. Absolutely nothing I wanted. I had another look in the forge. There's a few bits and pieces I did fancy, but I just thought, right, I spent my money, I had enough, so all I want to do now is pretty much get ready to go on home, because I was literally, I had to think about work, get back, get myself ready for work and so on. By then, by about 6 6 o'clock, I was more or less winding down to come on home, and that just for a nice little journey back. But as a TF Nation this year, I had such a fun time. There's a few things which I didn't get a chance to do. I wish I got a chance to hang out with Rudy a bit more. I wish I got a chance to hang out with Jason a bit more. There was a few things and a few people which I wished that I managed to catch up with. So, but other than that, it was a fantastic convention. It was just a bit of a shame for the organising of the people in the morning, and that was the only real bad thing, really. I don't know what it'd be like for next year. Will those people come back? It'd be good to see those people come back. There was the cosplays are just getting better and better, and this year was phenomenal. So there's definitely loads happening with this convention. It's going to keep on growing, but I just don't know what they're going to do if it keeps on growing. Are they going to cap it as well, and then just trying to contain it a bit more? But other than that, it was a fantastic show. There was a few little dark clouds in some areas of the show, which I'm not going to get into. But as a whole, I had a fantastic time. I can't wait for next year. That's it. At the moment, I really can't wait for next year. I know Tony has done his first video for next year with the dates and so on. I'm going to leave it a few months before I do my next video. I think I'll leave it until I get my ticket. Once they release the dates and prices for the ticket. But it'll be interesting. I don't know how they're going to top next year. I really don't know. It'd be really good if they do another concert again, because that was absolutely a great idea. ClubCon should be a bit of a concert or something, okay? And I think they need to try and keep that going if they can, because everybody was so into it. So this is Toy Therapy signing on. Until next time, I will get back to my normal programming. I got to catch up with the Cobra Kai reviews, and I got to do a few toy reviews because they're mounting up at the moment. So this is Toy Therapy signing on. Until next time, I'll see you guys and girls later. You take care. Bye-bye.